Hi, welcome to Honor the Roots. Right now we are outside of the current place that I live, and there is lots of curly dock here. And curly dock is an aggressive invasive to North America. And I can see why. There are hundreds and hundreds of seeds on this plant. And I saw online that people are turning these seeds and making it into flour. Now, it is described as very bitter, so I'm a little cautious about trying it, but I also really want to. So let's see if it's any good, if it's worth the pain to harvest it, although it looks easy enough. Let's see. So here is 7 stalks of seed. It is an unreal amount. Well, there are little bugs all over this, but it only took about 20 minutes to collect this much. So I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna leave them outside for another hour, just to let the remaining bugs get a chance to leave. Once they're inside, I'm gonna sift out all of these leaves, soak them overnight, bake them for about 10 minutes, and grind it into flour. Alright, a few things that I noticed is I wish I would have taken a little bit more time during the processing to make sure that I take off the leaves first and look over the stalks and make sure that there's not spider webs on them, because it took a long time to pick out all of those little things to just get the seeds. So if I was to do it again, I would slow down, spend a little bit more time on my processing. Also, whenever I was baking them, because they were soaking wet, it took about 40 minutes for them to dry out, and then if I wanted to toast them, I had to cook them about 10 minutes longer. But it definitely kept bringing out this nutty aroma the longer it was in the oven, so it definitely smells delicious.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hey.
You ready to get this started?
Yep, I'm excited to try these. It smells really good.
It smells fantastic.
It looks really good. I think I want to start with the coffee substitute.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try it and we'll look at it a little bit. How do you pour your coffee? So I really only get a flavor at the end. It doesn't really taste like anything.
It tastes very woody. Yeah, it's woody.
It's not bitter at all, though, which is what it's described as, is bitter.
No, there's no bitterness.
There's
I literally feel like I've picked a piece of bark up off of a tree and chewed on it.
I think it could be good with other things, but by itself, it's very plain. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not terrible, and if that was all I had to drink, I would drink it.
Well, I think it's one of those depression drinks. It's oh, we're out of coffee. Well, what else can we drink?
Cheers. Not bad.
I just taste the garlic and the salt.
It reminds me of Triscuit right now. I get the tones of the curly dot at the end. Once you get past the garlic and salt, and again, it's woody.
I just get garlic and salt, so I might have overdone that a little bit.
I mean, I'm alright with it. So the chive just completely covers.
Mm-hmm. It's a cracker.
So, we go on to the bread. Now this was just made. She just cooked this, so it's still a little warm. It's soft. Big bread. Don't really taste much of this. No, it does remind me of that rye bread. Slightly flavored bread.
You know what I noticed? Is it took away that yeasty flavor a lot. Like, it's not overwhelmingly yeast bread.
Okay, so it masks the yeast to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, yeah. I can't really taste it very much, but I mean, I don't really taste the yeast often in bread.
Okay.
But then again, my bread is usually smothered in Miracle Whip or mayo or something, you know.
I like it.
It's not bad. Like I said, I'd eat it again. I would give this a 4 out of 5. You did great. The bread is soft to the touch. It's just warm enough. I mean, the flavor, it's just a slight hint of it. So I would eat it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. And it took, I think, a third of the flour. So if you were trying to stretch your flour, yeah, I mean, it's a good bread.
Yeah.
The only thing I changed about this recipe is instead of using chocolate chips, I used walnuts instead, because that's just what we had.
That's fair. I mean, you gotta make do with what you got.
Yep.
Especially if you're trying to survive on something.
I'm excited to try these.
I hope they're not good. Let's see. So I really taste the walnut flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very strong walnut, which really, you know, solidifies my point of such a neutral flavor from this. It's so light, so just barely there that everything else pops. I think if you would have added chocolate chips, you would have had much more of a chocolate flavor.
Yeah. I wish it was sweeter.
Adding the chocolate probably would have done that.
Yeah, it would have.
Whereas the walnut, I mean, you've got that nutty flavor from the walnut. Slight tint or hint of woodiness from the curly dock. It's not bad though. And I would eat it again.
No.
I would give it a 4 out of 5 as well. I'd eat it again.
And I think this was all dock seed flour, so you didn't have any other flours in it. So, I mean, that's... I don't know. I just wish it was sweeter, but otherwise, I mean, it tastes like a brownie. I have 5 things that I'm rating this on. The first one was availability. So, how widespread is it? How easy is it to find? Well, that's 5 out of 5. It is found almost worldwide, and it is found all over North America. So you're probably not going to have an issue finding this plant. Processing, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 because there were a few steps, and then I also had to go out and buy a more powerful blender to blend up those seeds. I keep reading that you can use a mortar and pestle, but like I spent 30 minutes trying to grind those seeds, and it was still gritty. I could not get them down into a fine powder. So if you already have one, that's great, but otherwise you are gonna need a fine, powerful blender for that. Overall, our edibility was 3.25. It had an extremely neutral flavor, which would be great for flowers. You know, anything else you add into it is definitely gonna outshine. Quantity, I gave this one a 5 out of 5 because, as you saw on each stalk, there were so many seeds, and it was incredibly easy to get those seeds. Ethical, I gave this one a 4 out of 5. And that's because it is an invasive aggressive. Many bugs, especially moths, are dependent upon this plant, and there are animals that will eat it. So it is contributing to the food system, the food supply. Even if it's not supposed to be here, it's still doing things. It's not just being destructive. Dock is a perennial, and so just by collecting the seeds, you're probably not going to hurt that area that you're collecting from, and probably there's thousands and thousands of seeds in the soil just waiting for their chance to come through. So collecting some seeds, like you're not hurting anything. Overall rating, it is 4.25. That is pretty amazing and a great way to start this series.
It's not as good as your salsa the other day. I'm sorry. That salsa was so good.
Video hasn't come out yet.
Okay. And it's going to come out after this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, they'll have something to look forward to.